I am the Emperor Kangxi, born on May 4, 1654, the fourth emperor of the Qing Dynasty, which was established by the Manchu ethnic group. My father, the Xuanji Emperor, was the third Qing ruler, and my mother is Empress Dowager Kangxi. My early life was marked by the instability and power struggles, a situation that often accompanies transitions of power. My 61 years of reign makes me the longest reigning emperor in Chinese history. I ascended the dragon throne at the young age of 7, during which the governance of the empire was overseen by a regency following my father's death in 1661. Despite my youth, I quickly grasped the immense responsibility before me. One of my earliest challenges was stabilizing my rule by eliminating the regency of Oboi, whose unchecked power I curbed decisively. From there, I embarked on a path to unite the empire. I conducted many military campaigns, through which I made Kingdom of Tungning in Taiwan and Mongols to obey the rule of the Qing Dynasty, and pledge allegiance to the empire. The first test of my mettle as a military commander was the pacification of the revolt of the three feudatories. These southern warlords sought to carve out their dominions, but I quelled their rebellion, reclaiming the unity of the empire. To the north, I safeguarded our borders from the Russians in the Amur region. Our negotiations culminated in the Treaty of Nerchinsk, securing peace and establishing clear boundaries, a diplomatic feat rarely seen in those tumultuous times. Apart from military campaigns, I encouraged the development of Chinese culture and intellectual pursuits, including the Kangxi Dictionary, a comprehensive dictionary of the Chinese language, which was commissioned during my reign and remains an important work in Chinese lexicography. Though I am a strong supporter of Confucian ideals and sought to integrate Confucian principles into governance, my reign is marked by a complex relationship with various religious groups, in which I practiced a policy of tolerance towards different religions, particularly towards Christianity, as I issued the Edict of Toleration as requested by Thomas Pereira, which legalized the practice of Christian missionary in China. My reign, I hope, is remembered not only for its length, but for its dedication to unity, prosperity, and cultural vitality, and may my example inspire those who come after me to govern with wisdom, strength, and benevolence.
The Battle of Penghu, also known as the Battle of the Pescadores, took place in 1683 between the Qing Dynasty and the remnants of the Ming Dynasty loyalists under the leadership of the Kingdom of Tungning, based in Taiwan. The battle marked a key turning point in the consolidation of Qing control over Taiwan and surrounding areas. This battle marked the end of the Kingdom of Tungning's resistance against the Qing Dynasty, resulting in the annexation of Taiwan and the final unification of China under Qing rule. The battle was fought between the naval forces of the Qing Dynasty, led by Admiral Shi Lang, and the Kingdom of Tungning, whose forces were commanded by Lu Guoxian. The islands of Penghu, or the Pescadores, were strategically important, as they lay in the Taiwan Strait and served as the last defensive barrier for Tungning. The origins of the conflict lie in the fall of the Ming Dynasty in 1644, when the Qing Dynasty, founded by the Manchu, took over the Chinese mainland. Many Ming loyalists fled to Taiwan, where Zheng Qinggong, commonly known as Koxinga, established the Kingdom of Tungning in 1662 after expelling Dutch colonists from Taiwan. Koxinga's goal was to use Taiwan as a base to restore the Ming Dynasty. After his death, his son Zheng Jing continued the resistance against the Qing, ruling over Taiwan and Penghu. By the 1680s, the Qing Dynasty had consolidated its power on the mainland and turned its attention to eliminating the last Ming loyalists. The Kangxi Emperor decided that the Kingdom of Tungning must be subdued, and Taiwan brought under Qing control. After the death of Zheng Jing in 1681, the leadership passed to his young and inexperienced son Zheng Kexuang, further weakening the kingdom. The Qing court, realizing the situation was favorable, dispatched a naval expedition in 1683. The Qing forces were commanded by Shi Lang, a seasoned admiral and former subordinate of Kangxi. Shi Lang had once served under the Ming, but had defected to the Qing in the late 1640s. He had deep personal reasons for his defection. After a falling out with Kangxi, Shi Lang's family was killed, leading to intense animosity between him and the Zheng family. His familiarity with Taiwan's defenses, as well as his naval expertise, made him an ideal commander for the Qing's conquest of Taiwan. On the opposing side, the Tungning forces were led by Lu Guoxian, a capable general who was entrusted with the defense of Penghu and the Kingdom of Tungning's navy. Despite Lu's experience, the resources and morale of the Tungning forces were in decline. The Penghu archipelago is situated in the Taiwan Strait, roughly halfway between Taiwan and mainland China. As a natural fortress and naval base, Penghu served as the first line of defense for any military force attempting to conquer Taiwan. The Qing recognized that the capture of Penghu would be critical for launching an invasion of Taiwan itself. Conversely, Lu Guoxian understood that losing Penghu would mean the kingdom's naval forces would be cut off, leaving Taiwan vulnerable to attack. The naval confrontation began on July 16, 1683. Shi Lang commanded a Qing fleet of approximately 300 warships, supported by 20,000 soldiers, including experienced naval forces that had been trained specifically for the Taiwan campaign. In contrast, Lu Guoxian commanded around 200 warships, but lacked the same level of resources and manpower as his Qing counterparts. Before engaging the enemy, Shi Lang adopted a cautious approach. He knew that weather conditions could be unpredictable in the Taiwan Strait during the summer monsoon season, and any miscalculation could lead to disaster. Shi Lang initially anchored his fleet off the coast of the Fujian province, waiting for favorable winds before launching his attack on Penghu. On July 16th, after securing favorable conditions, Shi Lang advanced on Penghu, where Lu Guoxian had prepared his defenses. Lu Guoxian's forces were entrenched on the islands and awaited the Qing fleet. The battle itself involved a series of naval engagements. The Qing fleet, superior in number and equipped with more modern firearms and cannons, quickly overpowered the Tungning navy. Shi Lang employed a strategy of encirclement, cutting off Lu's fleet from retreat and isolating Penghu from Taiwan. By July 18th, the Qing forces had decisively defeated the Tungning navy, sinking numerous ships and killing a large portion of Tungning's forces. Shi Lang's fleet then laid siege to Penghu's defensive fortifications. Despite a valiant defense by Lu Guoxian's soldiers, the fortresses fell to the Qing by July 22nd, after several days of intense fighting. Lu Guoxian himself managed to escape to Taiwan, but his forces were shattered. The fall of Penghu was a catastrophic blow to the Kingdom of Tungning. With its naval forces destroyed and its last defensive position lost, Taiwan was now vulnerable to invasion. Recognizing that further resistance would be futile, Zheng Kexuang, the ruler of Tungning, decided to surrender rather than face an all-out assault on Taiwan. On July 30, 1683, he formally surrendered to the Qing authorities. Following the victory at Penghu, the Qing forces swiftly occupied Taiwan, bringing an end to the Kingdom of Tungning and nearly 4 decades of Ming loyalist resistance. The surrender of Zheng Keshuang marked the first time that Taiwan was brought under the administration of the Chinese imperial government. After the victory, Shi Lang was celebrated as a hero and awarded the title of Marquis of Jinghai, Jinghai-ho, by the Kangxi Emperor. His successful campaign not only demonstrated Qing naval prowess, but also secured Taiwan as a strategic outpost for the empire. Under Qing rule, Taiwan was governed as part of the Fujian province and played a critical role in China's maritime defense system. The annexation of Taiwan in 1683 marked the final step in the Kangxi Emperor's efforts to unify China under the Qing Dynasty. It also served as a critical juncture in the history of Taiwan, shifting its role from a base of Ming resistance to an integral part of the Qing Empire. Shi Lang's triumph in the Battle of Penghu remains a significant moment in Chinese military history. The Battle of Penghu was not only a decisive military confrontation, but also a turning point in the history of China and Taiwan. The Qing Dynasty's victory, secured through the strategic brilliance of Shi Lang, brought an end to the Kingdom of Tungning and unified China under Qing rule. The battle illustrated the importance of naval power and the strategic significance of Penghu in controlling the Taiwan Strait. In the aftermath, Taiwan's fate was forever altered as it became an integral part of the Qing Empire, shaping its political and cultural trajectory in the centuries to follow.